Period between the Somerset Berkley Regional High School Raiders and the Bourne High School Canalmen. Bourne took a 1-0 lead in the first period with 7:10 to go. Came off the stick of Connor McGuire. So the second line defender notched the first and only goal of this game so far for Bourne. Back up top for a shot by Duvall. It's trickling in front, and Belshore got a piece of it with the left pad. Now behind the goal, Vinny Russell cycles it around for Shane Mello. Mello nubs it out into the neutral zone to be gathered by Pacheco and now Evan Afonso. Afonso dancing into the corner, pushes it back out front for Mello. Mello a wraparound, and it goes just wide to the glove side of now a backup goaltender subbing in for Bourne here. That one's pushed back out in front for a chance for Mello, and it's pushed back out by Bourne. Giving chase is Mike Russo on Ashton Branco. Somerset Berkley resetting in their offensive end. I mentioned a backup goaltender checking in for Bourne. That's Cam Sasson. So Sasson checking in for Kyle McGuire in the second period. Somerset Berkley dumps it back down into the Bourne end. Ty Politano was the one to do the honors. Gathered by Alex Duvall, he dances through the middle ice. And now into the neutral zone, past the red line. Duvall gets tripped up. No penalty call. Max Aguiar trying to dance it away from Lapworth, but it's kept in by Bourne for the moment before it's pushed back into the neutral zone. Max Aguiar to gather it off the boards, and he'll nub it down into the Bourne end. John Pacheco giving chase, gets help from Will Simons as he tries to throw it back out in front, but he's leveled by Duvall. Now to the point for a shot by Stevens. It was tipped, and it goes wide of Sasson on the glove side. Kept in at the blue line again by Stevens. A shot goes wide to the glove side. Max Aguiar tries to push it back for Politano, but it's taken away by Ariagno, and he has his pocket picked by Politano. Ariagno trying to make something happen, and now back in the other direction trying to do the same thing as Stevens. Stevens fires, and it was blocked off the stick of Connor McGuire and up into the netting. That'll stop the clock. 12:43 to go in the second period. Still 1-0 in favor of the Canalmen. That energetic third line back out there again for the Raiders. Owen Carlisi to take the draw against Tyler Evans. So Somerset Berkley's third line out there playing against Bourne's first line. Should be an interesting bout. Behind the goal to be gathered by Alex McCarthy. McCarthy quickly leveled by Owen Carlisi. Loose puck to be gathered by Davis Sullivan. Sullivan in the far corner tries to push it back down low, puts it right on the stick of McCarthy. McCarthy across the goal mouth to McGuire, and it's pushed back into the neutral zone onto the stick of Shawnee Patoda, and he'll shovel it back into the direction of the Bourne end. McGuire has his pocket picked, and now here comes Davis Sullivan. Sullivan a shot and a save. It trickles behind, and he scores! The freshman does it again. Davis Sullivan ties the game 1-1 between the Raiders and Canalmen. Davis Sullivan, I believe that's number 3 on the year for the freshman. That matches his jersey number. Raiders have tied the game, and the number 1 seed in the South Coast Conference is back and ready to go in the second period. First line back out there as Johnny Pacheco takes it away from Evans. Bourne sticking with that first line as that one goes down for an icing. It'll be brought back down into the Bourne end. So both first lines out there for these two squads. John Pacheco in the face-off circle to take it against Tyler Evans, and a whistle. Looks like they're going to move it up to neutral ice. So a bit of confusion there, but now it looks like we'll have a face-off to start the clock again. 11:57 to go in the second period. Somerset Berkley has tied the game. Shot came off the stick of Davis Sullivan, and he snuck it through the 5-hole of Sasson. And we are even once again at 1-1 here in the second period here at Driscoll Arena. Pushed up the boards for Shane Mello. Out into the neutral zone where it's gathered and pushed back in by Glennon to be gathered by Vinny Russell, and he'll fight his way down into the Bourne end where he has it taken away by Evans. Evans goes behind his goal to be gathered by Lapworth. Lapworth gives it up for Duvall. Duvall tries to pass it, and a shot on by Pacheco off the pass pickoff, and a save there by Sasson, standing tall with the captain of the Raiders staring him down. 11:21 to go in the second period. Kevin Snyder sending his second line out there. Will Simons, Max Aguiar, and Josh Pacheco. Fighting for it and winning the draw is Karsten Becker. Pushed up top for a shot by Costa. It's tipped and a save by Sasson. Another shot on, and Sasson blocks that one away. Behind the goal, Ashton Branco cycles it for Max Aguiar. Aguiar has to battle with McGuire. McGuire wins that battle, and it's pushed up ahead for Ariagno. Ariagno across the ice to Hopwood. It's pushed down below the Somerset goal. Now on the near side, Max Aguiar battles in the corner. Karsten Becker loses it, and now back onto the stick of Aguiar. Up ahead, Josh Pacheco. Pacheco only has one man to beat. He gets smothered. No call. Back out in front. Simons a backhand. He scores! Will Simons backs up Josh Pacheco, and Somerset Berkley quickly jumps in the lead in the second period, 2-1 in favor of the Raiders. The captain, Will Simons, gets the goal for Somerset Berkley, and the Raiders will throw their energy line back out there once again. They're not letting up anytime soon on these Canalmen, as now, after 2 unanswered goals by the Raiders, Bourne is faced with how they will try to get back in this game after leading after the first period. Karsten Becker to take the draw. Won by Owen Carlisi, and Carlisi will shovel it down into the Bourne zone. McCarthy puts it right on the stick of Noah Taylor. Down low, Davis Sullivan. Sullivan up top, Taylor at the top of the circle. A shot and a save, and it trickles off the skate of Sullivan, and they're going to call it a no-goal. Referee's going to say there was a kicking motion as it squibbed through the 5-hole of Sasson. So hold your horses. It's going to stay 2-1, at least for the moment. But Kevin Snyder's going to have something to say about that, and he's going to let the referee hear it. Snyder, with 10-plus years of coaching the Somerset Berkley program under his belt, definitely has earned the right to give the refs a piece of his own mind. Now into the zone comes Davis Sullivan, who just had a goal taken away from him. He fires on goal, and it's sticked up into the netting by Sasson, and he'll take a face-off to his left. So at the moment, the score 2-1 in favor of Somerset Berkley. Goals coming in this first period. First one coming from Davis Sullivan. Face-off to be taken by Owen Carlisi. Wins it for Noah Taylor, who tries to go across the ice for Costa, but he's unable to handle it, and it trickles down all the way into the Somerset end. Costa, however, will shovel it back down into the Bourne end for an icing. Actually, no, they're going to wave the icing off as Davis Sullivan got there first. Owen Carlisi to push it back behind the goal away from Glennon. Wrapped around to the far side for Lapworth. Lapworth will bloop it out into the neutral zone. Ashton Branco to ping-pong it back towards Lapworth. Matthew Costa jumps on the loose puck in mid-ice and squibs it down into the Bourne end. Lapworth behind his own goal, chased by Davis Sullivan. Finally able to get away from him. Lapworth looks around and floats it up ahead. It hops over the stick of Branco and almost onto the stick of Tyler Evans. Evans chases it down behind the Somerset goal, and he'll cycle it back around again, where it will be gathered on the far side by Ashton Branco. Loose puck hops onto the stick of Owen Carlisi. It bounces off his skate and further forward before Alex Duvall pushes it back, and now a shot on and a save by Belshore. Now Ashton Branco in the corner tries to throw it out. Owen Carlisi takes away what could have been a potential walk down the slot shot opportunity for Ariagno. Up ahead, now John Pacheco across the red line has his pocket picked by Morgan Hopwood. Pacheco continuing to give chase on Hopwood. Somerset looking to regroup in the neutral zone as the puck seems to be bouncing all over the place as if it's in a pinball machine. Now Hopwood with a shot from the top of the left circle. It's blocked. cycled back out in front. Shane Mello to gather it in the slot. Puck still being battled for. Vinnie Russell will slap it off the high glass, and it just barely trickles back out into the neutral zone. And Matt Costa will hammer it down towards the Bourne end for an icing, as both lines that are out there right now must be very tired. 8:17 to go in the second period, 2-1 in favor of Somerset Berkley. Goals coming from Will Simons as well as Davis Sullivan, and right now the Raiders, after falling behind 1-0 after the first period, have taken the lead. Both these teams have played some common opponents as they play in the same conference, the South Coast Conference. Bourne has already suffered a loss this year to Apponequet, where Somerset Berkley was able to get back-to-back wins against the Lakers for the first time in a few years. Max Aguiar trying to fight the puck away, but it's pushed down by Ariagno into the Somerset end. Will Simons skies it off the glass back into the neutral zone. Duvall to gather it as he dangles through mid-ice, gains the blue line in a slap shot. That one looks like it got blocked by Simons. Blooped up ahead looking for Josh Pacheco. It hops off the boards onto the stick of Lapworth as it's ping-ponged at mid-ice. Will Simons fights it forward down into the Bourne end. Simons trying to fight it away from Glennon. It hops onto the stick of Pacheco for a shot, and it goes over the net. Behind the goal, Will Simons and Josh Pacheco fighting for it. Simons looks up top, Politano, a shot! And it was blocked, went off the stick of Tyler Evans. Kept in at the blue line by Carter Stevens. His shot goes off the skate of Max Aguiar. Now behind the goal, Will Simons is getting decked there with Sullivan. Back out in front, Aguiar had a chance. The puck was in his feet, but it trickles down into the near corner, and it's finally pushed out by Matt Glennon down to the Somerset end for an icing. It has been all Somerset Berkley in the second period. Raiders with 2 unanswered goals, and they have spent a majority of this period in their offensive zone. Face-off coming to the left of Sasson. Owen Carlisi to take the draw against Tyler Evans, so it's third line versus first line again. Up ahead comes Evans, gains the line, but has it quickly taken away. It hops onto the stick of Russell. He'll wrap it around the boards. Trying to keep it in was McGuire, and now coming up with the Raiders, Sullivan looks towards the slot. Taylor was crashing towards the goal, but a good block on the pass by McCarthy, and a whistle. Looking like an offside. .6:19 to go in the period as Evan Afonso dangles in, and he almost had a shot, but had the puck taken off his stick just enough. Shawnee Batota down low. Afonso looks towards the net for Mello. Afonso tries again. Rebound chance for Mello. It's loose. Sasson dives on it and finally covers it up. Good push over the last 15 seconds there by the Somerset Berkley first line. John Pacheco to take the draw. And he wins it from Becker back up top. Batota, a shot. It was blocked in front. Now Pacheco cycles it back for Batota. A one-timer. It looks like it got blocked. Afonso with a wraparound shot. And it goes wide to the blocker side of Sasson. John Pacheco trying to lift the stick of Connor McGuire, but it's blooped back out into the Somerset end. And Vinnie Russell will push it down into the Bourne end once more. Now Evan Afonso jumps on the loose puck, has one defender to beat, wraps around the goal, and he's being smothered by Becker as he pushes it back out in front, nobody home. Vinnie Russell to dump it back down into the Bourne end as Somerset Berkley will have to regroup on a delayed offside. Pushed up ahead, and it hops off the stick of Ariagno and back into the Bourne zone for the moment. Back onto the stick of Ariagno, and he'll dump it down into the zone and go for a change. Shawnee Batota cycles behind his goal, gives to Evan Afonso. Afonso trying to dangle by Evans. That's going to be a hard task. Evans Hit off the puck by John Pacheco, and it's wrapped around to the near side as Shane Mello will chase it as it trickles down all the way into the Bourne end. Evan Afonso to come help chase as well. Afonso gets his stick on the stick of Duvall and makes it a much more choppy dump out into the neutral zone. Max Aguiar jumps on the loose puck in mid-ice. Aguiar trying to dance his way into the zone, but the last layer to beat, and Owen Lapworth pushes it up ahead. Now Glennon gains the zone, but Vinnie Russell is not going to let much happen. Dumped down into the Somerset end. Will Simons huffing and puffing down to get that puck, and it will be dribbled down onto Dylan Belshore once again by Duvall. Belshore to direct it over to Vinnie Russell. He wraps it over to the near side boards for Aguiar. Aguiar has it taken out of his feet by Evans and pushed back up top. Lapworth towards the side of the circle. It's trickling in front off the save by Belshore, and at the back door, Evans had a chance and he whiffed on it. Finally pushed back out into the neutral zone. Vinnie Russell to gather it in his own end. Goes D to Matthew Costa. Costa tries to shovel it through the legs of Glennon, and he was able to still get it past him, and it's now in the Bourne end to be gathered by Lapworth. And now Duvall puts it off the boards, looking indirectly for Hopwood. A battle for it near the Somerset blue line, and it's taken by Josh Pacheco, but quickly gained back by Evans. Evans into the offensive zone, tries to go by Vinnie Russell, but Russell sticks it off of the stick of Evans. Kept in the Somerset zone. Behind the goal, Vinnie Russell getting help from Will Simons as he was trying to battle it away from Evans. Josh Pacheco trying desperately to push it out of the zone past McCarthy, and this time he does. Josh Pacheco at the very end of his shift goes for a change as it trickles down into the Bourne end. 2:55 to go in the second period. 2-1 in favor of the Somerset Berkley Raiders after 2 unanswered goals to start the second period. Davis Sullivan had the first one, and then Will Simons followed that one up just a few minutes later. Max Aguiar gains the blue line, dangles by one defender. Carlisi has it hop onto his stick. It's loose in the slot, and finally picked up by Becker and dumped back down. Up ahead for a chance here for Ariagno. Ariagno was smothered by 2 Raider defenders, and it's pushed back into the neutral zone. McGuire trying to take it away. Noah Taylor might have gotten tripped up there. Kevin Snyder looking for a call, nonetheless a no call. Morgan Hopwood gains the offensive zone, but quickly hit off the puck by Owen Carlisi. A good physical game here by Carlisi, the third line center for the Raiders, as Noah Taylor will dump it down into the Bourne end. Kept in by Davis Sullivan as he tries to dance by Becker. And a whistle as we will have a penalty coming up. And Somerset Berkley, for the second time today, will go to the power play as Karsten Becker will head to the box. So the Raiders, who were unable to capitalize on their first power play, will look to change that theme this time around as Will Simons will join that first line of Afonso and Pacheco for this draw on the power play. Vinnie Russell and Carter Stevens to join Lapworth, Duvall, Evans, as well as Glennon out there as the penalty killers for Bourne. Afonso fires, and a glove save there by Sasson as Afonso winded up from the dot. Face-off coming to the right of Sasson in a similar area to where Afonso just took that shot. 1:41 to go in the second period. John Pacheco to take the draw. It's won by Evans. Wrapped around, and it clanks off the back of the goal. Vinnie Russell giving chase as he gets tripped up. Russell not able to do much with his stick. Gets help from John Pacheco. It's loose in his feet. Kept in on a clearing attempt. Evan Afonso fires. It's tipped, and a save by Sasson. Another fire on by Will Simons, and a glove save quickly there by Sasson, and he'll hold on for the face-off. 1:20 to go in the period. 1:26 to go on the Raider power play. John Pacheco wins the draw, and Evan Afonso whiffs on that shot attempt. Will Simons turns and fires. It's tipped in front. An opportunity for Pacheco. Stopped by Sasson, and another glove save by Sasson. Got to tip your cap to the goalie on that one. An unbelievable save as he was on his side. but somehow able to get the glove up, as even Evan Afonso had to give a fist bump to the goaltender Sasson on that one. A gallant effort by the goaltender keeps it a 1-goal lead for the Raiders. Vinny Russell to Evan Afonso. Afonso gains it, he's tripped up, and that's going to be a 2-man power play as a backhand by Pacheco is stopped by Sasson, and it will be a 5-on-3 for the remainder of this period for the Raiders, and a golden opportunity for Somerset Berkley to extend their lead. Kevin Snyder sticking with the big guns. Pacheco, Simons, and Afonso with Stevens and Vinny Russell. Morgan Hopwood along with Duvall and Lapwood out there. As the trio, as that one is dumped back down into the Somerset end by Lapworth. So a good start to this 5-on-3 for the Bourne Canalmen. 45 seconds to go on the period. Carter Stevens in his own end gives to Vinny Russell. Russell, a long pass up ahead, connects with the captain, John Pacheco. Pacheco tries to dangle by Duvall, but he takes it right off his stick and dumps it down into the Somerset end again. 25 seconds to go in the period. Pass up ahead by Russell, unable to be handled by Afonso, but he's backed up by John Pacheco. And an offsides called as Afonso was unable to get back over the blue line as Pacheco was streaking into the zone. That stops the clock at 17.2 to go. Raiders will start the second period still with a 5-on-3 advantage for about 7 or 8 more seconds. More like 6 seconds. Circled around for Evan Afonso, gives it down low. Pacheco cycling back out in front, looks for Simons at the back door, and he's unable to cash in. Simons hammers it back off the side of the goal as the horn sounds, and that will conclude the second period. Somerset Berkley has stormed back, and the top seed in the South Coast Conference has taken a 2-1 lead after 2. We'll be right back for the third period.